From News 3 Now, this is breaking news.
And right now at 5, we are continuing to follow breaking news tonight. And a first in American history, former President Donald Trump has officially been indicted on felony charges by a grand jury.
A lawyer for Trump has been told the charges involve payments that he made during his 2016 presidential campaign to silence claims of an extramarital sexual encounter. This is the first criminal case against a former U.S. president and may have implications when it comes to Trump's bid to retake the White House in 2024. The specific charges were not immediately made public. Trump, who has denied any wrongdoing and has attacked the investigation, was expected to surrender to authorities next week. As we learn more about the charges, you can follow along on our website, channel3000.com.
Well, next, the big story, a weather alert day tomorrow could bring a little bit of everything to southern Wisconsin. That includes thunderstorms, hail, and possibly tornadoes.
If you have errands to run tomorrow, try to do them sometime before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Julian Seawright is tracking the storm, and he tells us what to expect and shares more on how you can stay safe if things get severe tomorrow. Julian?
That's right. And speaking of the first warn alert day for us, again, the timeline is mainly going to be from Friday afternoon into Friday evening. Looking around that 2 p.m. sweet spots to 8 o'clock into our evening hours. Then we're looking for a dry slot to start to really end or put a pin into our severe weather event. But otherwise, we're looking for all modes of severe weather from this system, and millions of Americans into the midsection of the United States are going to be impacted by this strong storm system. So let's take a look at it. Our severe weather outlook, which has expanded just slightly, now over about 2/3 of Dane County in itself is under that enhanced risk for seeing severe weather. That's 3 of 5, but north 2 out of 5 for the slight risk, and further north for that marginal risk. But what we're also going to be watching for is mainly going to be the southwestern corridor, just outside of parts of Grant and Fort Lafayette counties, northeastern parts of Iowa, and northwestern side of Illinois for seeing some of those storms really start to pick up and potentially even see some tornadic event. Now, as we take a look where the high wind probability is, it's mainly going to be, again, that southwestern area where we're going to be watching for winds that could be rather high and strong, and large hail as well. Areas just to the west outside parts of Dane County is going to be the main concern. But again, for the tornado threat, it's highest just into that southwest. This will be between Platteville, Dubuque, Monroe, but also can't rule out anything starting to spin up near Dane County either. It's something we're going to be monitoring very closely and how that looks to develop. Now, as we move into, as of right now for tonight, we are starting to see developments of some light showers. Not much of it is really hitting the ground. And to the far north, a bit of that colder air is bringing in some snow, but again, not seeing too much in terms of accumulation. Over the next 6 hours, we could start to see a bit more shower development, especially as we get closer into our Thursday night, transitioning into our early Friday morning. But again, we're trying to prepare you for anything that could happen. So make sure that you go through your severe weather plan and prepare and plan ahead for anything that could happen getting into our Friday afternoon and Friday evening. Now, we'll be taking a look at timing it out a bit more specifically in a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
Julian, thank you. And to help you prepare, be sure to download our First Warn Forecast weather app before the storm arrives. Hour-by-hour forecast, the latest radar and tips on staying safe during severe weather. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. One person is seriously injured after being shot multiple times on Madison's west side.
Our Nicole Herzog joins us with more on what we know right now. Nicole?
Yeah, the shooting happened this morning in the parking lot of a West Side apartment complex. The investigation remains active, but Police Chief Sean Barnes says he's confident the case will be resolved quickly. Officers were called to the 7900 block of Tree Lane just before 11 a.m. Barnes said no one else was injured in the shooting. Madison police do not have any suspects in custody.
No one in Madison likes violence. They don't like it in their community. And I will tell you, one of the things that I do love about this community is when things like this happen, you see people coming together.
Barnes says reports from witnesses indicate the shooting could be a result of a disagreement between two people who knew each other. Barnes says he expects to have another update on the investigation by the end of the day.
Nicole, thank you. Now to Dodgeville, where 2 young children who fell from a cliff yesterday are expected to make a full recovery. The 4- and 6-year-olds are set to be released from the hospital yet today. It's unclear why exactly they were on that cliff known as Eni Point at Governor Dodge State Park. Iowa County Sheriff Michael Peterson says this case is, quote, truly remarkable, especially considering the children fell 20 and 80 feet from the top. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources says the fall happened in an area that is not on a designated trail or maintained by park staff. Signs at the bottom of the bluff warn visitors not to climb the rocks. We'll have more on this story tonight at 6. Imagine getting a monthly bill for a policy that isn't being serviced. That's the experience one woman in Sauk County says she's had with a home warranty company after 2 years and hundreds of dollars. Tahalil Mohdeen has this call for action report next hour on News 3 Now at 6. It is a day baseball fans have been waiting for months. Opening day.
The Milwaukee Brewers kicked off their season by facing off with the Chicago Cubs, but they had a rocky start. Sports director Zach Hanley is here with a recap. Hi, Zach.
Hey, well, yeah, so opening days at Wrigley Field haven't been too kind for the crew. Last season, they lost 5-4, and in 2020, they were shut out 3-0. Brewers looking to snap that streak and start off on a positive note. Things going well into the third inning for Corbin Burns. Dansby Swanson rips a single to right to score the game's first run. Then a wild throw to first scores another run. The Cubs scored 4 in the inning and shut out the Brewers 4-0 the final. It's the third time in the last 4 years they've lost on opening day. Positive note, the game only lasted 2 hours and 21 minutes. Game 2 is Saturday, set for 1:20.
So those changes sped it up. It worked. And Gary is happy. Gary Canalti is there. Zach, thank you. Vatican officials say Pope Francis's condition is improving after he was hospitalized for a respiratory infection. Aides say he slept well through the night, ate breakfast, and read the news at a hospital in Rome. We're told the 86-year-old does not have COVID. This Sunday, of course, is Palm Sunday. It marks the beginning of Holy Week, one of the busiest times of the year for the Catholic Church. Right now, it's unclear if the Pope will hold services or celebrate in St. Peter's Square. We'll be right back.
I'm going for Judge Janet
Protasewicz?
You don't need to know how to say Protasewicz to know that Judge Janet believes in abortion rights, fairness, and public safety.
Protasewicz.
Since group started in the 80s, we've been cheering on the true champions of Milwaukee, you and yours. We've been on this path together for 35 plus years. We've had your back from the jump. Let's keep rising together. One call, that's all.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Soon, you'll be headed to the polls to decide the future of our state. And here's my promise to you. I'll look at every case in a fair, impartial manner. And I'll follow the law and our Constitution. As a prosecutor and a judge, I've worked to make our communities safer. I've fought to guard our rights and our freedom. That's exactly what I'll do on the Supreme Court. I'm Judge Janet Protasewicz, and I'm asking for your vote by April 4th.
Could I get the Galley Buster burger? Onions, caramelized? But actually, could I get those raw? Olive? You want the best burger of your life? Gotta be Superior.
Insurance. It isn't the most exciting thing to talk about, but it is incredibly important. Not having enough insurance could prevent you from getting what you deserve after an accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Extremist Dan Kelly wants abortion banned, even in cases of rape and the health of the mother. Kelly will uphold Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban that strips women of their freedom to make personal decisions on abortion.
Tonight at 6, we have a first warn alert day in the forecast. We'll be breaking down all the threats and what you need to know to stay safe come the storms coming up.
Then we're showing you the cliff in Iowa County where 2 young children fell, why they shouldn't have been taken there, tonight at 6.
For over 2 years, a Sauk County woman paid monthly for a home warranty plan. But after several repair claims, no money reimbursed.
You just get kind of put off.
Tahlil Mohildin shows you what happened after this disgruntled customer made a call for action. Tonight at 6. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
When you go to vote next week, at the top of the ticket will be the race for Wisconsin's Supreme Court.
Many voters will also cast votes in down-ballot races, including nonpartisan races like school board races. But these races are becoming increasingly more partisan, as political reporter Will Keneally explains. Will?
That's right. So it's the age-old adage, if you want to see changes in places like the classroom, run for school board. And we could be seeing that this spring in the Waunakee race, with tensions that have spilled over into other facets of the community.
Given the kind of issues around the country about what's appropriate for what ages in school libraries and also in public libraries, it wasn't really a surprise that there was some questions locally about our collection.
But the claims of grooming children for a specific political view, that was disappointing and unfounded, according to Waunakee's library director. The initial claims came from a blog post in February, calling attention to books found in the library. But that was re-upped in an email thread, parts of which were posted to a Waunakee blog site. The email thread appears to be voters talking about their support for conservative-leaning school board candidates. One person asks how to go about removing the library director, while one of the candidates says the election is so important for the school district. We reached out to that candidate this afternoon, but he was not immediately available for an interview.
So public libraries in the state of Wisconsin, we generally belong to municipalities, so we are our own entity. We are completely separate from the school district.
And the library has a process for removing books in place right now. A petition goes to the library director and can be appealed to the library board that has government officials and community members on it.
Even with the controversy going on here in Waunakee, I've gotten 0 requests for reconsideration. So nobody has actually asked to remove anything from the library.
This is all ahead of the Tuesday election. You can find more about what's on your ballot at myvote.wi.gov.
Well, thank you. We could see a little bit of everything as a storm system moves in tomorrow. Julian Seawright is here with more on our First Warn Alert Day. Julian?
That's right. So let's get right into it. Our First Warn Alert Day, here's what we're looking at in terms of timeline and what we can expect. Friday afternoon into Friday evening, specifically around 2 p.m. to about 8 p.m. is when we're going to be watching for all modes of severe weather to be possible from any storms that start to leak their way throughout much of southern Wisconsin. All of southern Wisconsin is going to be under a watch of what we're going to be seeing throughout much of the storms going into tomorrow. So let's get right into it. As of right now, we are looking at millions of Americans in the midsection of the United States to be impacted by this very robust system that's going to be moving throughout the Midwest and especially impacting the upper Midwest. However, our friends to the north are going to be dealing with snow. We are going to be dealing with a completely different monster. We're looking at severe storms to be rolling their way in throughout much of southern Wisconsin. We have the moderate risk just into that southwestern corridor of Grant County and for Lafayette County. Enhanced is for the brown areas, which is level 3 out of 5, which is clipping 2/3 of Dane County into the north. We have the slight risk 2 out of 5, and then even further north, the marginal risk of 1 out of 5. So we are going to be anticipating much of us to be impacted by these storms, but in terms of what types of where the heaviest and highest impacts we're going to see from high winds, mainly going to be into the southwest where we're going to be watching for, and on top of it, large hail. Again, just to the southwest and western side of southern Wisconsin has the best chance for us to start to see these types of modes really starting to impact these areas. And for the tornado probability, again, around Grant County, Lafayette, and southern parts of Iowa County, we could be watching for the potentials of those spin-ups, but we can't rule that out for around Dane County and areas to the east, but it's more or less likely for areas the further north and east that you are from the southwestern corridor. Now, as we take a look at just timing things out for for us, what we can expect. Well, tonight is going to be rather mild as those southwesterly winds are going to start to really pick up, and we are looking for some small systems bringing in some scattered showers overnight and potentially a couple thunderstorms by the time we are into our overnight hours, around 4 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock, temperatures into the 50s already, and it's going to stay like that throughout much of our Friday morning. Showers are mainly going to be to the north. It's going to be our dry period. So again, if you do need to get your plan together, it's going to be before the afternoon, because once we get to around 2 o'clock, we're going to start to see some developments just south of Greene and Rock counties, and then around 3 o'clock, we can start to see a couple of clusters starting to pick their way up into the southwest and starting to spread just into the eastern side of southern Wisconsin. Around 6 o'clock or so, we are going to be watching for potential squall lines that will start to move their way again throughout much of southern Wisconsin, bringing in heavy rain and thunderstorms throughout much of the area. But you can see this dry slot right here is where it's going to really kind of put an end to the storm system as we get into our Friday night, because once that's over with, well, we're looking for a period of a break of all the storms, but then getting into our overnight hours, we're now watching for the other mode of precipitation. We're looking at some rain mixes within snow and snow showers going into our early Saturday morning, but then starting to clear up as we get into our early morning as well. Heavy amounts of rainfall, especially for our friends to the north, potentially could see some flooding for our friends to the north as well, so that's one thing to be watching for, but not looking for much in terms of snowfall. Again, make sure that you are planning ahead and have your plan ready to go, and find multiple ways to receive alerts and information that could be vital, especially in a very quick and fast-paced situation. Here's a quick look at our 10-day forecast. Things are going to be colder heading into our Saturday, and also rather windy as well. Temperatures will be into the 50s, and then we have another active week heading into next week, guys.
Julian, thank you. They are the products that flopped and ideas, well, that are just plain bad. But the point is to learn from them. We'll take a look inside the Museum of Failure next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Remember this, and the false selector scheme. In Wisconsin, extremist Dan Kelly was the right-wing lawyer behind the scenes of it all. The bipartisan January 6th Commission revealed Kelly advised Trump operatives as special counsel to overturn the will of the people and overthrow the election results. Kelly even went on tour promoting the big lie. On April 4th, vote like democracy depends on it, because it does.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures.
Team, I need a volunteer. We need promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes promotional product success easy. For high-quality items, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Community is helping each other, making sure your neighbor is taken care of. At Lake Ridge Bank, community is who we are. We take pride in being a community bank, strengthening relationships and investing in the places we come from. It's why we are who we are. Lake Ridge Bank. Go far, go together.
When Aspen Dental told me that my dentures was ready, I was so excited. I love the confidence. I love that I can blast this beautiful smile and make the world smile with me. I would totally say Aspen Dental changed my life.
Aspen Dental makes new smiles affordable. Right now, get 20% off dentures. We do anything to make you smile. Schedule your consultation today.
Backyard living season is coming soon. Coolview has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 15 to 25%. Cover your deck with a screen porch, an enclosed porch, or sunroom. If you have a screen porch, let us turn it into an enclosed porch. Shade your patio with a pergola or awning. All on sale now. Let CoolView show you how to tame your backyard blues. Call now for a quote before the sun sets on savings.
Get a new view from CoolView.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet. Like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport, or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance, and more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud, and sand. Adventure on in a Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again.
Yeah!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Museums are home to our cultural treasures and stories of success, but an exhibit in New York is taking a completely different approach.
The Museum of Failure showcases more than 100 failed products and ideas. Bradley Blackburn gives us a tour.
In Brooklyn, New York, it is a museum filled with flops.
This is why this is in the what were they thinking section.
There's an electrifying mask that promised to shock out wrinkles.
Several people told me they remember their mothers wearing this.
Cans of new Coke that made customers revolt.
It is designed for while you're working.
Even an office chair where you could work out while you sit, powered by the ab movements of hula dancing.
So imagine you're on Zoom calls or you're writing an email.
But exhibit organizer Johanna Gutman says spending time with these failures,
it's rather violent,
is worth a spin.
It's not really about the products. It's about having that conversation about failure. What do we learn from failure? How does the fear of failure hold us back from innovating, trying new things, taking meaningful risks?
The items were all collected by a Swedish psychologist who studies innovation and says companies that embrace failure are often on the right track. That may be hard to believe when it comes to Bic pens designed for women or Gerber baby food sold to single adults. But some of these bad ideas helped lead to success.
People can feel comfortable trying different things, experimenting, and ultimately innovating.
They invite visitors to share their own failures, filling a wall, some of them really personal. But every failure is also an opportunity.
There's no true failure unless you don't learn from it.
It's amazing how to see it all in one place, really.
Proof that mistakes, even Trump stakes, do happen.
No seatbelts and no directional blinkers.
But failure isn't final, and sometimes it deserves a place of honor. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Brooklyn, New York.
The museum is open through at least mid-May in New York City, but organizers hope failure is successful at drawing crowds so they can extend that time.
I'd like to see it. I think it would be fun.
Fun to watch.
Yep, a final check of your first warn forecast when we come back.
Spring savings start now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Dishwashers start at $12 per month. Refrigerators start at $13 per month. Washer and dryer pairs start at $18 per month. Plus special financing options for any budget at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
On abortion rights, do you want extremist Dan Kelly holding the gavel? Kelly wants abortion banned even in cases of rape, incest, and the health of the mother. He'll uphold the 1849 criminal abortion law that allows doctors and nurses to be jailed for performing abortions. And he'll strip women of their freedom to make their own decision on abortion. So don't give Dan Kelly a gavel with your vote. He's just too extreme.
Get the last roof you'll ever need right now with steel roofing from Menards. Steel roofing offers the best wind resistance and superior hail resistance. It's the choice of more and more homeowners in the Midwest. Steel roofing is available in cut-to-your-length panels for fast installation. 100 square feet of white and bright white pro-rib steel roofing is on sale for $88.99 after 11% rebate right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
the Mattress Madness event at Steinhafels. There's no better time to get your new mattress. Tempur-Pedic mattresses use next-generation cooling technology, keeping you up to 8 degrees cooler all night long. Right now, save $300 on a Tempur-Pedic Breeze, plus get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Tempur-Pedic Queen mattresses start at just $40 per month when you use our 72-month special financing. Shop in-store or online today at steinhafels.com.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it.
4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint, for certain.
He brutally raped her, repeatedly.
I spent endless nights plagued by nightmares. My bedroom door was barricaded. I was so afraid.
But Judge Protozewicz ignored her pleas, let the rapist off easy, and now he's back on the streets.
When you don't know where your attacker is, then he is everywhere. He is every sound in the night.
Tell Judge Protozewicz, stop failing victims and stop protecting criminals.
Spring savings start now at Ashley. Sofas start at $8 per month. Queen bedroom sets start at $13 per month. Sectionals start at $17 per month. Plus, choose from 6 months interest-free financing or low monthly payment options. And free local delivery. Ashley.
We've got a lot of news coming up. 9 U.S. soldiers killed after Black Hawk helicopters collide in Kentucky. Tonight, what went wrong during these routine exercise drills? That and more news tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Julian's back. Another check of the forecast.
And just a reminder, folks, make sure that you have your severe weather plans ready to go because we are going to be expecting some severe storms getting into our afternoon hours. So make sure that you have your plan ready in multiple ways to receive any alerts if severe weather were to happen. Taking a look at our 10-day forecast, alert day for tomorrow, and then the weekend. We have some snow for Saturday morning, but then we're warming back up into the 50s with another active week.
Well, keep it right here with the CBS Evening News. More coverage of the indictment of former President Donald Trump. We will return in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.